Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria, often referred to as the King of Cocaine, was one of the most notorious drug lords in history. His rise to power and infamy began in the late 1970s and continued until his death in 1993. Here's a brief overview of his life and legacy. Pablo Escobar was born on December 1, 1949, in Rio Negro, Colombia, and raised in Medellín. He came from a modest background. His father was a farmer, and his mother was a schoolteacher. From a young age, Escobar demonstrated a knack for business, albeit in illegal ventures. He started with petty crime, including selling contraband cigarettes and stealing cars. In the 1970s, Escobar became involved in the cocaine trade. He saw an opportunity in the burgeoning demand for cocaine in the United States and capitalized on it. Escobar co-founded the Medellín Cartel, which became the most powerful drug trafficking organization in the world. By the 1980s, the cartel was smuggling vast quantities of cocaine into the US, making billions of dollars annually. Escobar's wealth was immense, making him one of the richest men in the world. His influence extended beyond the drug trade. He invested in various businesses and public works, gaining significant public support in Medellín. He built houses, sports fields, and provided other infrastructure improvements, earning a Robin Hood-like reputation among the poor. Escobar's ambitions were not limited to the drug trade. He aspired to political power and was elected as an alternate member of the Colombian Congress in 1982. However, his political career was short-lived. His criminal activities were exposed, leading to his expulsion from Congress and intensifying efforts by the Colombian government and the US to bring him to justice. To maintain his power and evade capture, Escobar unleashed a campaign of terror. He orchestrated bombings, assassinations, and kidnappings, targeting politicians, judges, law enforcement officers, and journalists. His ruthlessness knew no bounds. He even offered a bounty for killing police officers. The violence reached a peak in the late 1980s and early 1990s, with thousands of people losing their lives. Escobar's wealth and eccentricity were epitomized by his lavish estate, Hacienda Nápoles. Located east of Medellín, the estate featured a zoo, a private airport, and artificial lakes. It became a symbol of his extravagant lifestyle and unchecked power. Escobar's downfall began with increased pressure from the Colombian government and the US, which provided financial and military aid to combat the drug cartels. In 1991, facing imminent extradition to the US, Escobar surrendered to Colombian authorities under the condition that he would be housed in his self-designed prison, La Catedral. The prison was more of a luxurious fortress, allowing Escobar to continue his operations. In 1992, Escobar escaped from La Catedral when authorities attempted to move him to a more conventional prison. A massive manhunt ensued, led by a special Colombian task force known as the Search Bloc, with significant support from the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA. On December 2, 1993, Pablo Escobar was tracked down and killed in a rooftop shootout in Medellín. His death marked the end of the Medellín cartel's dominance but did not end the drug trade in Colombia, which evolved and continued through other cartels and criminal organizations. Pablo Escobar's legacy is complex. To some, he remains a folk hero who gave back to the poor and defied the government. To others, he is remembered as a brutal criminal whose actions caused untold suffering. His life has been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and films, cementing his place as one of history's most infamous drug lords. In closing, Pablo Escobar's life and legacy continue to evoke strong emotions and controversy. His story is a stark reminder of the far-reaching consequences of the drug trade, both in terms of wealth and violence. Escobar's rise to power and subsequent downfall illustrate the complex interplay between crime, politics, and society. While his actions brought him immense wealth and influence, they also led to widespread suffering and instability. Escobar's death marked the end of an era, but the issues he epitomized persist. His life serves as both a cautionary tale and a historical lesson in the costs of unchecked ambition and the pursuit of power at any price.